Nellie Aspel, and I am EC Director of Cleveland County Schools. Our framework just creates a very efficient and effective framework for problem solving, for evaluation, and ultimately identification. And it also gives students early access to research-based interventions, which is really good because this approach allows you to distinguish between the students that truly do have a learning disability and those that are struggling due to another factor, such as limited access to really good, solid instruction. So ultimately what might happen is your special education referrals actually could be reduced, and ultimately you're able to focus your special education resources on students that really truly need special education resources, not those that are just struggling due to other reasons. This whole framework just creates a very efficient and effective framework for problem solving, for evaluation, and ultimately identification. And the really neat thing about it is it totally eliminates that wait to fail model. Students get help promptly right in the general education classroom. With a discrepancy model approach, it's sometimes very difficult to identify students prior to the third grade as having a learning disability. And the multi-tiered system of support, the interventions are there. Students are getting those specialized interventions at a much earlier point and well in advance of their what would traditionally have been the determination of SLD eligibility. Is that all of the progress monitoring that is being done ahead of the referral and eligibility determination process, curriculum-based assessment, student portfolios, teacher observations, curriculum-based assessment methods, all of those things give us wonderful data about what has worked with the child, what has not worked with the child, so that if we do go to referral and we begin to develop that first IEP, it is truly and uniquely tailored to that child. I think that teachers feel more confident in providing services for all of their students. I've never met a teacher that didn't really truly want their kids to achieve. That's what they want. That's their indication that they're being successful. So what about students? They're really the most important group here. And what this whole process does is give them we have a very systematic way now to give them the timely and individualized support that they need prior to being in special education. But now parents in meetings with the problem-solving team, they can really begin to understand their student skills in comparison to their peers and the rate that their student is growing to speak. Since we've started the multi-tiered system of support process in our county, when we began, we had almost 300 retentions, grades K through 6, and last year we were down to about 45. So at the district level, directors of various departments have become less isolated in the way we plan programs, implement programs, and monitor programs. We are better utilizing the skill set they have rather than them just testing all the time. They are bringing to the table ideas about how we can better serve our struggling students. Warning system. If we're doing universal screenings on all of our students, then we know earlier that they're struggling than we would have had we waited for a referral. So I view it as we used to have a door on alarm on the door of our house. Well, now we have a fence around the house with bells on it. So we really are early identifying students prior to them really getting into trouble and getting too far behind. We have